Hello everybody, I am live today. As you can see, I'm outside and it is cloudy. It just rained earlier today. I went to do some shopping over at Walmart today. But I wanted to find out, do we have any spirits here today with me? I brought my little handy K2 meter. Alright, here we go. Let's ask them. Right there. Alright. Do we have any spirits here with me today? Yes, we do. Look at that. Okay. And my car is not on. You know what? I'm gonna pull up the there. See? Okay. Now I'm gonna show you. All right. I'm gonna ask Spirit. Let me see how I get this. Oh, here we go. You with me today? Yes, you're hanging out with me today. They are. And when it hits, if it hits orange and red, that means they're in this seat right here in front of me. If it just hits yellow, that means they're in the back seat. And so now they know what the colors mean. Somebody is sitting in front. Somebody's sitting in front of me in this empty chair. See, folks, we are never alone. There's always somebody here, either a loved one, a spirit guide, our angels, or our spirit teachers. If you're doing some development, yes, they hang out with us too, okay? All right, so let's take a look at this again. I'm going to ask the question, are they hanging out with me today? I'm doing a little bit of shopping. And I thought I'd bring this little K2 meter with me and just to see, again, showing proof of there's afterlife. Afterlife does exist, folks. All right, so let's take a look at this again. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going here, I am a ways from it. I'm over here. Okay, I'm gonna move over here because I don't want to invade spirit space. So here we go. Look at that. They are here. Well, somebody's in the front seat. I don't know who's in the back seat, but somebody has shotgun. Okay. Yeah. Isn't that amazing, folks? Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to show. I'm going to do. It's still going off. I guess it means I have some spirits on the back. Let me see here. Let's go look at the back here. Do we have anybody back here? Oh, here we go. Anybody back here? Yes, it looks like my car is full. Look at that, folks. I'm stretching my hand out full out to the back here. Yes. I got a car full of spirits, folks. Okay? They're all here and somebody's got shotgun. I don't know who has shotgun, but it has to be somebody that's like either older or somebody. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys here. It's either somebody that's like older in spirit rank or look at that. Either older in spirit rank, right? Or, okay, so that must be it. Somebody is more higher in spirit rank, probably have a higher energy frequency by the spirit, is well developed. Okay, yes, thank you for confirming that. And those that are in the back are maybe taking lessons from this spirit soul in the front. Okay, so this is amazing, folks. And nothing is on. The car is off. And I am away. I'm, like a full shoulder length. See, look at this. Full shoulder length here. Out. Okay, out. Okay, so this again. I always know that I'm never alone. So that's nothing new for me. But I just wanted to show you guys in on TikTok that we're never alone. We either have somebody or a heavenly beings of light of somewhere in the department that's with us. Okay, so don't ever think that you're alone, or don't ever think that nobody can hear you on the other side. They do. They hear and see everything, and sometimes they will respond to us, even if we don't ask for a sign, but sometimes they will respond to us, letting us know, kind of like acknowledging for us that they are still with us, or that they're around in our presence. They do that. Some might drop a feather in front of you or in your car, or some might have coins. And a lot of people get coins, right? I get quarters. Okay. I don't, not very often I'll get pennies, but I get a lot of quarters. So I guess Spirit wants to give me quarters, and quarters are a thing, like when you need to buy stuff, right? Like I buy, like gallons of water, through a filtration, place, and you have to input like dollars and quarters and stuff. So I use a lot of quarters to fill up my water. So maybe that's the reason why they're giving me quarters, helping me out, with the water situation. Okay, and so that they do that. They give you signs. Sometimes you'll see a cardinal. Sometimes you see a particular bird that is not normally in the area, but happens to show up, and you noticed it. That could be from Spirit as well. A loved one, a friend, a cousin, any soul that's on the other side is showing us, showing us signs that they are with our presence. They don't have to necessarily, you don't have to necessarily go through a medium or somebody, that does spirit work to get answers. We just need to be more observant of our surroundings, and don't take it as a coincidence, okay? Because they don't like that. They don't like for us to assume it's a coincidence, because then and to them it's like you're not believing or taking like appreciation of their signs that they're giving us, right? So say like you'll get a lot of like baby feathers or adult feathers, that come, whatever it, but the theme is feathers. All right. You get a lot of feathers. So that is particular from somebody on the other side. Maybe they're into birds, or maybe maybe they know you're into birds, or you have a bird, as a pet, and you're seeing a lot of feathers outside when you're out shopping, or when you're just taking a walk and happens to have a feather that just drops on your shoulder. That happens. And so, don't take for granted any of the signs that they give you, okay? Because they want you to know that they are with us. The Spirit, our loved ones, the souls on the other side wants us to know that they are here, okay? That's what I keep hearing again, over and over again, is like, yeah, make sure they understand that do not take any of the signs for granted, because they are coming from them. And I get a lot of questions too, like, how do we know which person it's coming from, right? Well, this is what I tell my students, okay, when I do mentoring or do classes for them and all that stuff. And I tell them, when you get a sign, any sign, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a leaf, it could be coins, it could be feathers, it could be a ladybird, it could be a June bug. It doesn't matter, okay? And or a song of theirs, or maybe your favorite song, and they know that you have a favorite song. and it comes on, or maybe you happen to see a phrase, and it's a phrase that they used to use all the time. You know, it was kind of like their kind of thing. They coined it or something. When you try to figure out who it is, 100% of the time, I would say all the time, it never fails, is that the spirit will give you the first, either they'll give you like the first name, or they'll give you the first memory, or they'll show their face in your head, in your mind, you know, that kind of comes up because it reminds you of that particular person first. Always first impressions. I'm giving you tips now, so make sure you listen. All right, because people pay for these lessons. So your first impression will always be 100% is who it's coming from. Okay, and a lot of times we have a problem of second guessing ourselves. All right, and Spirit knows that, so they keep trying. They keep doing more signs. So maybe you'll have the same sign 2 or 3 times throughout the day, or 3 times in a row, one per day. Okay, so it's showing you either a confirmation, or it's reminding you because maybe you're going through a situation that's kind of like overwhelming, or you're frustrated, or whatever it may be. But you know, they continue to show these signs, showing you acknowledgement of them, that they are there, and they see and hear everything. And like, again, even if you don't ask for a sign, but something happens, like you see a feather or a coin or ladybug, whatever it may be, the first impression of what it is, if it's a person's face, a person's first name, or a nickname, or a memory of them from back when they were alive, comes up, that first impression is from that particular loved one that you get a message from, or not a message, but a sign. Okay, because sometimes Spirit doesn't always have something to say, but they just want to show you that they are around. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, again, I'm going to turn this back on because I had shut it off, and then we're going to, my arm is stretched out. See, it's stretched out, and we're going to see if this person is still here on shotgun in this chair here. Okay, let's take a look. Look at that. You stay here, huh? Yeah, I hear it. He says, I'm not going anywhere. See, when it has orange and red, that means it's they're sure here. Definitely. And my car is full. I have a Nissan Rogue, and it holds three humans, 3 live people in the back. So I might have more than 3 back there. I might have 4 that like all sandwiched in. I imagine like it's funny because I imagine them like people like when they were alive sitting, and so a lot of people assume that when you have spirit in the car, they're just like little balls, or anything like that. So you'll have like 100 in here, right? No. No, in spirit, they see themselves as they were as alive, as far as a full body. Okay, it's like a full body. So this is what I call the spirit body, and this is part of the lessons that I teach. Okay, so they're a spirit full body. So I can only fit as humanly with the seatbelt is 3, right? But since they know their spirit, they don't need seatbelts. Okay, and so it could be 4. All right, depending on their size and weight. Like I said, I have a car is full of spirits right now, so I have either 3 or 4 back there. I'm not connecting with spirit, to find out who's back there. I just, know there's some back there. And, like I said, it's I get like in like I mean, even though I grew up in this paranormal lifestyle of seeing spirits and hearing them and sensing them and feeling them and all that stuff, but it never stops to amaze me how they communicate, because not all spirit communicates the same. um okay, some spirit are talkers, some spirit are rather show images, some spirit um can be stubborn, all right, that they don't want to talk. And and I respect that. Just like regular people, they don't want to be, they don't want to be, they don't want me in their space. I get it. It's just like human nature. When we have like we're in a crowd and there's some people we don't want in our space, right? So that's normal. So the same thing with spirit. Okay, because it's even though it's a whole different thing in the spirit realm, but they do still have similar things that what we do here when we're alive. They also carry on the other side as well. Okay, so I wanted to share with you. I wasn't sure if I had spirits in this in the car while I was out, because I had just finished shopping and I come in and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna see if I have people, if I have souls here joining me today, because that happens. Like I said, I have spirit come in and out through my apartment, right? And I don't have a problem with that, as I have rules. I have house rules and boundaries. And those of you who are aware of your abilities or have some type of like mediumship or spirit work type experience, you would know what that means. I right at the door, there are rules, and they don't come in my door unless these rules are applied. And I don't have a problem if they stay, but like I said, there's rules, there's things that you can't do, and I'm okay with that they can do. And so I guess you want to know what those rules are, right? Okay, well, the first rule is not to invade my space. All right, we got to respect my apartment or my space, wherever I'm at. Even if I'm in the car, you got to respect my space, and I will respect theirs. Okay, it's a two-way street, in fairness, the spirit and myself. So we kind of work that out. And then the second thing is that you can't mess with my stuff. All right. I mean, my stuff that I need, like my car, you can't mess with my batteries or the computer chip or anything like that. That's a no touchy. Or even electronics in my home, like my electricity, my light bulbs, my laptop, microphones, or whatever I'm using, whatever device I'm using, my iPad, that type of thing. And then the third one is you can't mess with me or my family. All right. And that's including pets. Okay. So, those are the 3 rules that they have to abide by. And I haven't had any that tried to test me. All right. But they know better, because I give that vibration, vibration of like, I mean serious, so they know I'm serious. I'm not like iffy or scared, kind of give off that type of a vibe. I am very firm, I'm very fair. Okay, I'm firm and fair, and I like to have fun. Okay, I'm not like strict, or that I put spirit in their corners and, whatever, things like that, So, and I don't disrespect spirit, and they don't disrespect me. So I it works. It works for us. For both of us, And if they don't like being, if they come by and they think I'm boring or nothing's going on, like I'm not doing anything exciting, then they move on. All right. So, I don't have a problem with that. They don't have to stay, but if they stay, if they hang out here, then they have to buy these rules. Okay. So maybe they're bored wandering around, things like that. And they happen to, stay and hang out, and while I'm doing these TikTok live things, they've been hanging out. Okay, because before they would just hang out when I was teaching classes and things like that. Yeah, but they've already heard this before the first time when I first started, so they kind of do their own thing. Maybe they're doing puzzles or crossword puzzles or talking amongst their friends, but they're here, in my apartment, minding their own business, still respecting my space and minding their own business, doing their thing, because I give a warm, peaceful, calming atmosphere in my space, okay, in wherever I'm at, either if I'm in my car or if I'm in my apartment or if I'm taking a shower and things like that, or if I'm sleeping. And they know, I don't know, it's very interesting because they know when I'm tired and it's ready for bed and everything, they hush. They hush. They don't. I can give you a story about that incident. When I was developing my abilities of hearing, because I was hearing a lot of stuff, but I just didn't know. I didn't know that I was able to control that, and I just assumed they're talking and I have to hear it. No. Okay. I learned from my spirit teachers that I can, again, it goes along with boundaries and setting the rules. And so if they want to talk and converse and do whatever, they got to step outside. And I have a balcony. They can go step out in the balcony and chit chat all they want, as long as I don't hear it. Okay, so it's very interesting. You might think this is crazy hearing this from me, right? Like, oh, this girl's lost it. No, I'm telling you, this is real. This is what's happening. You saw yourself of the K2 meter that my car is full of spirits. They're here hanging out with me. Okay? One of them just asked me, where else are we going to go? Okay. Yeah. All right. So this funny, is funny. Okay? This is kind of like the lifestyle of the psychic medium. I don't know what you okay, so if this is something you like or something is the cool thing in the world, go ahead and follow, because I need to share some good stuff with spirit. Beyond the rail. All right, beyond the rail. All right. It's amazing. I'm just still in awe. Okay, so again, also, if you want to learn more about my growing up being psychic medium, or whatever you might want to call it, I don't know. Everybody have different definitions of what sensitive people are, or what psychic. I'm definitely not a witch. Okay, I don't do that. I don't consider myself a witch because I don't practice any spells, no spells, or chanting or mantras or anything like that. I don't do that. I don't cast spells or anything. A while back, I think it was like a long time ago, somebody had asked me if I do like love charms, and I don't do that. I don't mess with the complexity of manifesting something like that, and it's not always going to go well. You want people to set up a relationship under a truth. some honesty and things like that. You don't want to be kind of like hoodwinked, so to speak, of being cursed or having some love spells and things like that. You got to be confident in yourself, and you got to know what you want in a relationship. You don't need to do any of those spell things. All right. So you don't need that. And if you had not dating and something, people are not calling you back for another hangout, hangout date, maybe we need to change something. Maybe we need to be a little more open, or hold more of a intellect conversation. Everybody's different. Okay. So, but I don't do no spells, no charms, or anything like that. I'm not considered no priest, no priestess, or anything like that. How I think and how I feel is everything I'm getting is a gift from God in heaven. All right. And I'm going to continue to do that because I was raised a Christian background and all that, and my mom was an ordained minister and stuff like that. So I'm very devout in my Christianity and things like that. So I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus, and I do believe that he was here, walking on the earth, and there is the devil. Okay, folks. I mean, you can't believe one or the other. There is such a thing as the devil. All right. So, so I don't do any of that cursing or love potions or charms or anything like that. I don't do that. That's not me. I won't do it. No way. Okay. All right, folks. So I am going to, I think I got to go to another store. I'm not exactly sure. They're all like excited. Let's go. Okay. So, again, I just want to remind you is that, if you like this content and you want to see more of the live, hanging out with Spirit or Spirit hanging out with me, however, showing proof, continual proof that the afterlife does exist. All right. So if you want to check out my YouTube channel, the link is right on my bio. Click it. And once you're there, please like and subscribe, because I will be uploading some of this content here, TikTok, onto my YouTube channel. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today, this Sunday, my cloudy Sunday, and the rain stopped, so that's great. And I will check you right now. Mwah.